In this video, I'm going to show you how I created this composition on Pixlr in the style of Stephane Massa-Bidal. Go to pixlr.com on your internet browser, log on using your Magna login and password for Google Classroom, click Open Image and double-click on the first image you want to work from. Click on Full HD, then Apply. On the right-hand side of your screen is the Layers bar. Click the plus sign, Image, and double-click on the other image you want to work from. On the left side of the screen, click on the T symbol to open up the text toolbar. Click Add New Text and write in a word that is linked to the location of your photo. I have written stir, which is short for Sturminster Newton, but you could use a word that describes the image, the colours, shapes or textures, or maybe even use a number that is linked to the place. You can change the font, size and location of your text on the image, but aim to keep the font simple and bold to create a good contrast with the background, which is likely to be very detailed, textured and busy. I also changed the letter spacing because I quite like the text all squished together. Both Pixlr and Photoshop use layers. You have to imagine these like stacks of paper built on top of each other. Because I want some of the grass in the background image overlapping over the mill, I click the three dots next to the background layer, click Duplicate Layer, and drag this above the text layer, so this duplicate layer is now at the top of the stack of paper. I now want to cut away the sky, so I've just got the land in this layer. I click the scissors icon on the left of the screen to select the cutout toolbar, then Magic Cutout at the top. I turn the tolerance up to full, which then deletes the whole of the sky when I click on it. This is because there is such a high contrast between the tones of the land and the sky. To focus on the detail, I press and hold Ctrl, then plus on the keyboard to zoom in. Ctrl and then minus is zoom out, and if I press and hold the spacebar, I can click and drag the screen to focus on the bit that I want. Depending on how detailed this part is, you can try using the Magic Cutout tool, but if you make a mistake by accident, press and hold Ctrl Z on the keyboard or click Undo to undo. You can try changing the tolerance to select less pixels. In the Layers toolbar, I untick the background copy to hide it so I could focus more on the mill. The Lasso Cutout tool is good to help cut out sections more carefully. Zoom in to an area you want to start from, then click and drag carefully along the outline of an edge you want to cut out. Then curve around the outside to the part you started from, which will remove the background gradually. Take your time. Undo parts if you get them wrong, and don't be afraid to go over bits again to capture more detail. I realised that I wanted a more softer edge, so I undid everything, went back and changed the softness to light and started again. Once you've isolated the part you want, click on Draw Cutout, make the brush size larger and the softness less soft, then remove the rest of the background so you've just got the part you want. Once I'd finished, I unticked the background layer to show it again. I then clicked on the cross icon on the right side of the screen to move the background copy down so the land was only slightly covering the mill. I went back to sort out the detail, but realised that the Magic Cutout tool wasn't quite, well, cutting it. So I selected the Draw Cutout tool and used a very small, soft brush to neaten up the edges. This still proved to be a bit of a pain, and I realised that because there was land, not contrasting sky, behind the layer, I didn't really need that much detail, so I just smoothed the detailed edges out to make it a bit easier. Lastly, I clicked the Adjust toolbar on the left, then click each layer on the right to sort out the colour and lightness, to enhance the overall image and really make it pop. Finally, click Save and your image will appear in your Downloads folder. I hope this video gives you enough to get started. There's tons of stuff you can do with Pixlr, with Photoshop, as well as other programs and apps. So get creative, explore loads, and impress me with what you can do.